All right. Good afternoon, traders. Thanks for joining and taking your time to check out this week's webinar event. Right off the bat, as always, quick test of audio and visual. If you can hear my voice and see this opening slide, go ahead and type a Y in the chat box. Awesome. Thank you, Raymond. Okay, cool. They're coming through. Be sure to use that chat box to ask any questions throughout the webinar, and we will get to those throughout and after the presentation. I'm here with Jeremy, our founder, as well as Kevin and Connor from TopstepTrader. Now, most of you should be familiar with my voice by now, but if not, my name's Ty. I handle the business development here at Shark Indicators, and I've been involved in the trading industry for several years now. So the team here at Shark Indicators are longtime partners with Kevin and the guys over at TopstepTrader. And I've realized it's been a while since we've had them come through and explain what they're all about and basically what it takes for you guys to become funded traders. Now, we know a lot of you have what it takes to trade successfully, but maybe you're not at the point where you have access to the capital you need. So that's where our friends at TopstepTrader come in. And for you Bloodhound users with the ability to create and do your homework and back testing with your trade systems, you're already at a considerable advantage. And just to answer the question that I know is coming, this webinar is in fact being recorded. So if you guys could give your attention to Kevin, he's going to cover everything you need to know about TopstepTrader and what it takes to get a funded trading account. So at this point, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic and the screen over to you, Kevin.
Ty, thank you very much. We're going to just once again have everybody just type a Y in the chat box. You should be looking at a screen that says TopstepTrader. Raymond, thank you very much. Thank you to Ty and Jeremy and Shark Indicators and to everybody for being here today to learn about TopstepTrader. We're going to go over what TopstepTrader provides within the trading world, how you can earn a funded account and take advantage of our opportunity. We'll talk about who we are, where we started from, and look at some of the key performance metrics that you need to meet in order to earn a funded account with our company. We'll show you how to accomplish those things and look at some of the success stories from traders in our program and talk about the 4 keys to success. So if you have questions, feel free to type them into the questions box. We're going to answer the questions after the presentation. So feel free to type during the presentation, but we're not going to answer the questions until just after the presentation is over. First, a risk disclosure. Futures options trading has large potential rewards and also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risk to be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy, sell futures, stocks, or options on the same. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in this document. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Let's go over who I am. My name is Kevin Adamick, and I work here in Chicago at TopstepTrader. I've been involved with trading since 1994 for over 24 years. After college, I started out as a runner at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in 1994. I knew that I wanted to be a trader, so I worked my way up. I was a runner, then a clerk, then a phone clerk, an arbitrage clerk, then as a broker and a trader. I successfully traded on a seat for over 10 years at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and the Chicago Board of Trade. I've traded a lot of different markets: futures, equities, ETFs, Forex, options, binary options. But when I started out, I was a runner making $12,000 a year, and I worked 2 jobs for many years to save up enough money to have a trading account. So I understand the frustration of wanting to trade and not being able to, because a lot of the exchanges and the brokers out there want you to put up a large amount of capital or cash. So I understand that there's a problem. That's what we're going to talk about here today. TopstepTrader was founded in 2012 with a program called the Trading Combine, and that really helps traders to improve, and it backs them with money to trade once they finish our program. TopstepTrader will finance you to trade if you can pass a 2-step evaluation. So what's the problem that traders and investors face in the financial industry, particularly in the retail space? You can have the best system, trading strategy, methodology, the best algorithm in the world, along with the desire to succeed, and it doesn't matter if you don't have the capital to trade it or to scale it. And if you don't have the funds to trade with, then you're going to sit on the sidelines. And that's where TopstepTrader comes in. We provide the solution to that problem in the retail trading world. And the way we do that is through a two-step evaluation process that we call the Trading Combine. This is a real-time simulated account where your performance is being evaluated for funding for a real funded account. And these have different risk parameters that we'll go over, but let's first go over the steps for our Trading Combine. Step 1 is a real-time simulated account where you prove to us that you can trade. Step 2 is where you show us that you can manage risk. If you can complete these 2 steps, then you'll earn a funded account with our firm. We give you an account to trade in for steps 1 and 2, and as long as you follow our rules, you can trade it however you want, your style. So here's an example. We give you a real-time simulated account with $50,000 in it and ask you to make $3,000. Okay, great. Your account's at $53,000. You passed step 1. You're now in step 2. We ask you to do it again to prove your consistency. Make another $3,000. Now that you've done that, great. You're in the funded account, trading with real money. It's our money, and your upside is unlimited. You can make as much money as you want, and we'll take the risk. Now, you don't have to be the best trader in the world to get to the funded account stage. You just need to be profitable. So that part is simple. Let's go over the rules that you have to follow and the parameters of the account. Now, this same information is available on our site if you go to TopstepTrader.com and go to our Learn How page. We offer 4 different account parameters and 4 different size accounts. So the parameters vary on the size of the account. There's the $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 accounts. Now, there are different profit targets and thresholds in each of the 4 different trading combines. Now, in the $50,000 account or 50K account, we can use this as an example here throughout. So this is a $50,000 account, and here are the rules. You have a max position size, which is 5 contracts or 5 units, basically. That means that you can have, at the most, 5 contracts on across all products at one time. So if you buy 3 contracts of crude oil and sell 2 contracts of gold, that's 5 contracts. You can't have on any more until you liquidate some of those. Now you can break those 5 contracts up however you want, but the computer is only going to allow you to trade 5 contracts total in this account. Next, we have the daily loss limit, which is the most you can lose intraday. And again, I'll repeat that. That's the most you can lose intraday. This is calculated based off of your unrealized net profit and loss. So your unrealized net P&L measures where your account balance is worth and where you are in the market, whether you've closed the trade or not. So if you're in a trade and it touches the daily limit, you've broken a rule, you're not eligible for review. So in this example, you can't lose more than $1,000 in any single day. So it's very important that you play stops and you get out of your positions before you touch your daily loss limit. Next is the maximum drawdown or max drawdown, which is really like an overall loss limit. You add up all your losses and that total is your overall loss limit. Now this is also a trailing max drawdown, which means it's going to trail your high water mark, which is the most that you've made in the account. So for example, in the $50,000 account, you have a $2,000 max drawdown. When you start out with the account with $50,000, you can't go underneath $48,000 for the account. The trailing part refers to that threshold going up from $48,000 as you're profitable in the account. The max drawdown threshold does not go higher than $50,000. Basically, your trailing max drawdown goes up or trails you as you make money in the account. So let's take a look at a chart where the blue line is your account balance and the red line is a trailing max drawdown. Okay, so you start out with $50,000. On day 1, you make $1,000. Your trailing max drawdown threshold is now $49,000, currently a difference of $2,000. So from now on, don't go below $49,000. On day 2, your balance goes up to $51,500, and your threshold level is $49,500. So from now on, don't go below $49,500. Next day, you're having a losing day for whatever reason. You lose about $1,000. The lowest your account can go is still $49,500. So your trailing max drawdown is about $1,000 difference because the red line moved up. So your account has $50,500 in it, and the max drawdown level is $49,500. Once the red line moves up, it'll never move back down. That way you don't move back down. You and your account are going up, up, up. Now, once your account is above $52,000, your max drawdown level is going to flatline at this $50,000 level where you started the account at. So this is the lowest your account can go, from now on, is that $50,000 level. So you have more breathing room. So the amount that you can lose elongates. It's no longer $2,000. It's $2,800, $2,900 in this example. So as you progress, the max drawdown level goes up. The red line, or max drawdown threshold level, will always be in between $48,000 and $50,000 for the 50K account. So let's go back to our parameters. Next is the profit target that you need to make for the account. The profit target is about a 6% return for each of these different accounts. Doesn't matter the size of the account, we want to see a 6% return. You have as much time as you need to reach the profit target. So in the 50K account, basically when your account goes from 50,000 to 53,000, you've passed step one. And then next is the price per month. That is the amount that you would pay. Basically, that is the cost to be evaluated. That cost is going to vary depending on the account size. The 50K account is $165. So there's several components to this. Number one, this cost includes your data fees and the trading combine, use of our software and trading platform. Number two, we're a business. We have overhead, salaries, technology, staff, lease, insurance, normal business costs, etc. And the third part, which is probably most important, is that the cost of the program makes it very interesting. When you put up $165, you have something at stake. You've got some skin in the game. It makes it very real to you. You're going to take the program seriously. When we started the program out in 2012, we gave the program away for free, and people would blow out all the time because they didn't care. But then once they had a little money at stake, they took the program seriously because it was like a real trading environment, and then more individuals were able to pass the evaluation. So that is the dollar amount that you pay to be in the program. That's the cost you pay per month until you meet the objective or cancel the account. Now, once you pass steps 1 and 2, you no longer pay that subscription cost when you're in the funded account. Another aspect of the program is the reset feature. We talked about a few of the rules to be in the program, like the daily loss limit and your overall loss limit. What happens if you do break a rule? Well, we have a reset feature. So if you do break a rule, you want to get back into the game. Nobody wants to break a rule, but it may happen. Maybe you have a bad trading day, you get into a fight with your spouse, your head's not there, you over leverage yourself. Maybe there's some sort of global news and the markets go berserk. Okay, yes, we get it. Things happen. So if you do ever hit your daily loss limit or the max drawdown, you can reset your account. It's basically like a do-over. So in case you get into a situation where you need it, you have it. To get a do-over or a reset, you pay $99 at any time. So $99 resets the account. We don't encourage people to use it. We want you to pass the program without having to use it. But if you get into a little trouble, it's there for you. Obviously it's going to hurt a little bit when you use it, but hopefully you learn from it not to do it again. So if you break a rule, in order to get back into the program, you reset your account. In addition to the account parameters of the trading combine, we have rules that you have to follow. First is that you need to trade a minimum of 5 trading days. That means, that you have to trade 5 days. It doesn't have to be 5 days in a row. This is the lowest data set that we need to see before you can advance. A day is considered from 5 p.m. Central Time when Globex reopens to the electronic close of your product the next trading day. Anytime an order in that time period is filled, then that counts as a trading day. And you can take longer than 5 days. You have as much time as you need. We're trying to separate the gamblers from the traders. If it takes 12 days or 24 days or 37 days, it doesn't matter. We don't care. As long as you follow the rules and meet the profit targets, it doesn't matter how long you take. Now, some traders ask, what if I make $3,000 in 3 days? I meet the profit target early. Well, that's great. You still need to trade 2 more days to show us that you've traded 5 days. You don't need to risk a lot in the next 2 days, but you do need to at least trade, and then you'll have your 5 days, and we'll check to make sure that your profit is still over $3,000 after the whole 5 days. Next is only trade during permitted times. This is also permitted products and times. In terms of products we offer products from the CME, NYMEX, COMEX, and Chicago Board of Trade, the CBOT. So you can trade all these outright futures products. Again, this list is on our homepage. We have equity indices, currency futures, ags, metals, energies, financials. Some of our most popular products are crude oil, S&P 500, gold, the euro, Dow Jones. You can't trade individual stocks, but a lot of our traders, will trade like the Dow Jones, which is a basket of 30 stocks. And this list right here, you're looking at some of the most liquid products for futures contracts out there that you can trade. Going back to our rules and permitted times, all positions must be flat by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. If you're in a product that closes earlier than 3:10, then you have to be out of your position and be flat before the electronic close of that product. So what does that mean? Well, basically, meats and grains, you need to be out by 1:20 p.m. Everything else, you need to be out of your positions by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. Those last 5 minutes of a trading day are not worth it to take the risk. So we have you exit and be flat by 3:10 each day. And then you can begin trading at 5 p.m. when Globex reopens, but just remember, get out of your position by 3:10 during the day. And then the next is our two cardinal rules that we already discussed. Don't hit your daily loss limit or the trailing max drawdown. And if you can do these 4 things and meet the profit target, then congratulations, you pass on to step 2 in our program. Now, you might be asking yourself, what trading platform am I using to execute these trades? And I don't know how this, sorry. Am I using your, here's a platform list of different products different platforms that you can use for our trading platform. We've partnered with some of the leading platforms out there, so you can use pretty much what you're comfortable with. You can use NinjaTrader, Sierra Chart, CTS, Trade Navigator, Multi-Chart, RTrader Pro, Volfix, Investor RT, you name it. If there's something that you don't see, let us know. We'll see if we can support it, but by all means, there should be something for everybody. If you don't have a platform, or if you're a new trader, then you can use our free, easy-to-use platform, TSTrader. It's got great charting capabilities and order execution, but there's a lot of great platforms, and there's more coming on the way as well. So keeping in line with our example of the $50,000 trading combine, we followed these rules, we met the profit target, we traded at least 5 days in step 1. Awesome. We're advancing to step 2, which is another real-time paid simulated account where your performance is evaluated. Step 2 is about managing risk. We want to make sure that you're going to be a prudent trader. We tighten things up a little bit from a risk perspective, but still very achievable. A lot of what you did in step 2 is what you're going to do in step 2 is what you already did in step 1. First off, there's a profit target in step 2. With our 50K account, you showed that you can make $3,000 in step 1. Okay, we'd like for you to do it again. Once again, the profit target in step 2 is $3,000. Now, the minimum trading days is a little longer in step 2. We want you to show us that you have some experience trading the markets. Again, you can take as long as you need in order to reach the profit target, but you do need to trade at least 10 days. Again, only trade permitted products and permitted times, something we just went over. Do not hit or exceed your daily loss limit or trailing max drawdown. That's going to be exactly the same as it was in step 2. Now, we've added a weekly loss limit that you need to adhere to. This is something new in step 2. What that means is that from Sunday evening, from 5 p.m. Central Time, when the Globex electronic markets open, to Friday afternoon, when the electronic markets close, you can't lose more than $1,000 for the 50K account, and the bigger accounts have weekly loss limits of $2,000 and $3,000. Now, that might seem a little tight right now, but I'm going to go into a rule that explains how it is very manageable. Another new rule here, don't hold positions into major economic releases. Now, that's going to vary depending on the product you're trading. We have a full list here that you can take a look at. On the right hand side here, you see like ES. You don't have to memorize all these different symbols. ES is basically the E-mini S&P. But the economic releases are like the unemployment numbers, FOMC announcements, and if you're trading oil and natural gas, there's some weekly numbers, for oil inventory announcements. So these numbers really move the markets very quickly, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. Obviously some analysts have their predictions, but we don't think that the risk is worth trading. So we want you to be flat or have no position 1 minute prior to the release coming out, all the way until 1 minute after the release comes out, and then you can safely re-enter the markets. Going back to our rules, next is the scaling plan. So I mentioned before the weekly loss limit should not be so intimidating. Really, that's because of the scaling plan. The scaling plan, it starts in step 2. It's not in step 1. The scaling plan is going to allow you to start trading small and then build you up to trading bigger sizes and more contracts. The scaling plan is going to match your leverage to your equity level. So for example, in our $50,000 trading combine, when you have $0 to $1,500 in profits, you're trading 2 lots. Now you're looking at the bottom half of this right here. Once you make $1,500, you're trading 3 lots. Once you make $2,000, you're trading 5 lots. So what we're doing here is easing you into it. We used to have traders go out, guns a-blazing, putting on 10, 15 contracts at a time. And some of them were blowing the accounts out because they were risking too much. So we want you to get small base hits. Build your equity balance, build your account, be consistent, and you won't have any problem with the weekly loss limit, the daily, the max drawdown. The scaling plan really helps with that. And then here you can see the scaling plan for the 100K and the 150K accounts. So if you can follow these rules, which there are really only a couple more from what you already did in step 1, and you can hit your profit target, then congratulations, you did it. You've earned a funded account. We're going to back you with our money, and that's what everybody wants. And these rules are on the web page, and they're also on your dashboard when you log into your account. So we make it very easy for you to remember them. And now it's come to the funded account, where we're taking the risk. And I talk to traders all day long, and a lot of the traders I speak to, they say, I want to be with a firm that has the infrastructure and the platform and the support and the money and the whole complete package. And that is what the funded account is all about. There's quite a few benefits to the funded account. A few of the main ones are, first off, we have one of the industry's best profit splits. I don't know anybody else that pays 80-20 on a profit split for a prop firm. We pay 80% to the trader, 20% to our firm. And in addition, we allow our traders to keep the first $5,000 in profit. So you're taking 100% of the first 5,000 and 80% of anything above 5,000. And that's kind of like a signing bonus. So say you've been trading for 2 weeks in the funded account and you're up $5,000, you want to take it out. Okay, no problem. We'll process that payment in a couple of days. That $5,000 is yours to keep. After that, it's an 80-20 split, which is really a nice compensation package for a profit split. And we don't tell you when to take your money out. You can make a decision whenever you want to. You can leave it in there, forever. Next is we allow you to trade additional products. So, here you've proven us that you can trade. We trust you. You can trade any one of our available products in the funded account. Even if you didn't trade something during the evaluation, you have access to trade that product now. I know traders that are great at trading the S&Ps, but they never had the risk capital to trade gold or silver in the live markets. The margin requirements are pretty high. So they'll pass the evaluation trading S&Ps, and then they trade silver and gold in the funded account along with their S&Ps. So if you want to, you can trade anything that we offer. And in addition, you can also trade something that wasn't available in the evaluation, namely other exchanges. So for example, we have some overseas traders that like to trade the Eurex, like the DAX or the mini DAX or the Bund or the Babel, the Eurex, the stocks. That's totally fine. We'll let you trade it. And then we allow you to withdraw whenever you want. We look at this as a partnership. We don't have mandatory withdrawals. We make it very easy for you to withdraw. You don't have to do it on the 1st of the month or the 15th of the month. Nope. just send us an email anytime. We'll get the money to you in a couple of days. You know, we can send a check. We can do an ACH. That's a bank-to-bank transfer. Do PayPal. You know, it's free. We can do a wire. If your wire's over $250, then the wire's free. That's a huge deal for a lot of our overseas traders because overseas wires are expensive, and we absorb that cost to get our traders their money. And lastly, we have industry low commissions. You know, we've negotiated with our brokerage partners to get you these low commissions. The lower the commissions, the more money that you make. You know, when you're in the trading combine, you're paying $3.70 a round turn out of the $50,000 that's in that account. And it's $3.70 a round turn for any product. In the funded account, the fees are very similar. They vary a little bit depending on the product, but we've negotiated low rates because you're basically trading our money. So we want the fees to be as low as possible as well. So that's the funded account. You know, that's it. There's step 1, step 2, and then you're in the funded account, profit split with us. You know, you're trading real money, which is great. You know, with that, I'd like to talk about the 4 keys to success. You know, we talk about these keys from a trading perspective, but there are wider applications. So if you never get evaluated by us, these are great things to keep in mind. So you can learn more from this webinar about trading, but this is also true for a lot of different things in life. You know, from my experience of being a trader, you know, being involved with education and trader mindsets, there's 4 keys to success that will make or break you as a trader. So let's get into them. Number 1 is discipline. You know, this is the thing that is going to make you a good trader, having good discipline. In the trading combine, we have a daily loss limit, and the daily loss limit is the most often broken rule. There, I just pulled the curtains back. The daily loss limit is the most often broken rule. Knowing that will help you to pass a trading combine. I can't stress enough for you to place a stop. So if your daily loss limit is $1,000, give yourself some breathing room. Even if you're good at monitoring your trades, put a stop in at minus 950 and don't put your stop in at minus $999 so you can allow yourself some slippage. You know, give yourself some breathing room. Close the trade before it hits the threshold. Next is location, location, location. Just like the old real estate adage, the same thing is true in trading. Trade location is everything. Most of our successful traders are really taking only 1 to 5 trades per day. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have traders that take, you know, 12 trades a day, or we don't have scalpers taking 40 trades a day. We do. But if you have a trading strategy that gives you 10 setups a day, 10 trading opportunities per day, think about which ones are really worth acting upon. You know, some of the 10 trade setups have a higher probability than others. So maybe if you go back and you journal about your trades, you can see that certain trades are giving you a 70% probability or 75% likelihood, and others are only like a 40 or 50% probability. So you can think about how quality is better than quantity. And also, you know, don't overtrade. Generally, our better traders are only trading 2 to 3 hours per day. Now, the morning session is usually a little biased than afternoon trading, but you know, usually within the first hour or 2 of the trading day, whenever that starts for you, you can usually tell what the trading day is like. You can tell if you're having a good day or a bad day. You know, you don't want to give money back on a good trading day, but think about how many trading opportunities are out there, and don't overtrade to where you're not focused, or you're tired, or you haven't eaten, or you're trading off emotions. You know, I see it, you know, far too often. Just, you know, try not to overtrade. And then next is size matters. Position size matters. You know, just because you have it doesn't mean you have to trade it. You know, this is all about leverage. So depending on the trading combine that you can select, you can trade 3 or 5 or 10 or 15 contracts. And just because you can trade, you know, 10 contracts doesn't necessarily mean that you should. Some of our best traders that can trade, you know, 10 lots are trading 3 and 4 lots, and they're having multi-$1,000 days. You know, it's better to trade consistently and size properly. You know, otherwise you're going to over leverage yourself. I know everybody wants to swing for the fences and pass in one day, but that is going to hurt you. It's going to really mess with your psyche and kind of cause you a lot of anxiety. So don't over leverage yourself. Size properly. You know, you'll get there by being consistent and leveraging properly. And that ties in with patience. Patience is a virtue, especially in our trading combine. You have as much time as you need. You've got as much time as you need to meet the objective. Again, I know everybody wants to pass right away, but you're putting a lot of undue pressure on yourself. In baseball terms, think about it as a single and a home run are the same to your batting average. Think about building your account size and building your equity balance. Focus on chipping away at it. You'll get there faster that way than if you're trying to hit a home run every time. Because what happens when you try to hit a home run? You strike out a lot. And then we come to my mantra. Preservation of capital is paramount to profits. So what does that mean? It means save your money for good trades, and then you'll be able to make more money. You should try and approach every trade as that mantra. Is this trade important enough for me to risk my money on? What's the likelihood that this trade is going to pay off? I'd rather see you preserve your capital than to risk it, on a poor trade. And if you're a good trader, this comes, pretty easy to you. And if you're not, our program will help you to be selective and take fewer trades. When you're in the program, you'll be able to take your game to the next level. And then we'll come to a few success stories. We've funded several thousand traders. In just the first few months of 2018, we've funded over 400 brand new traders. This is Melissa. She's taken several multiple $1,000 checks. She's able to stay at home, take care of her baby, and she emails in to tell us about the gifts and gadget that she buys herself every time she makes these withdrawals from her funded account. So it's great to see individuals that are at home. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, or you're in between jobs, or you're consulting, or your work is seasonal, or maybe you want to trade the markets before work, or you want to use our cell phone app. Our program is a limited risk way to enter into the markets and get training and education and access to data and trading platforms. It's one package. It's all in one package in a very simple way. This is Jacob. He is a Ugandan construction worker, and the picture here is of him on a construction site. He's wearing that shirt there. The front of the shirt says TopstepTrader, and the back of his shirt says I'm backed, which is kind of a play on word because he's backed by us. He's earned more in one trade than his entire monthly income in Uganda. That just kind of goes to show you that anyone, anywhere can earn the financial freedom to pursue their dreams. That's part of our mission statement. Anywhere with an internet connection and a will to learn, to grow, and succeed, and anybody. We have traders that are blue collar, white collar, experienced traders, novice traders from all different backgrounds and countries. And last is Mark. He is a Texas limo driver. He recently withdrew $10,000 from his account to take his wife and kids on a dream vacation to Disney World. And that's just a great story. That 10 grand was about 25% of what he usually would make in a year as a limo driver. And these are real people and real stories. And if you take a look on our blog, there's tons of these stories that our traders that are funded traders, give us permission to basically, talk about, their accomplishments. And, it's great to see, people that are, that are out there that are earning real capital and having an impact and changing, their lives in positive ways. And I hope to see all of you as some of these success stories in the next couple of weeks or months. One benefit to our program is our Top Step chat. We have chat lines for our traders to talk to, and you can talk to performance coaches here at TopstepTrader. So you can listen to me, talk about the program, or you can hear it from real traders in the program. Talk to other traders around the globe about us and the program. Use the chat line. We have nothing to hide. We give our funded traders we have them fill out a survey, and our funded traders have a 97% customer satisfaction rating. And there's some other features and benefits to being in our trading combine program. We offer trader support Sunday through Friday. You can email us, you can call us, you can send us a chat, you can contact us to liquidate your position. If you lose connectivity, for some reason, if you can't get to your mobile app, you can call us up and we can flatten you out. We're not placing orders for you, but we will flatten out your position for you. In regards to our trader support, when you think about wait time, response time, and all the metrics used to measure, customer support teams, around the world, our team rivals, like eBay and Amazon and some of the best customer service teams in the world. Our representatives, they know trading, they know the markets, they know our program, they know 13 different platforms inside and out, and they know how to, speak, to traders. We also have videos, webinars. We give you access to education and educators. We don't consider ourselves educators, but we have videos on trading psychology, trader behavior, and such. We have a new segment called The Trade, which is a forensic review of a completed trade that was taken by one of our funded traders. So this way you can see the setup and then watch in like super fast motion as the trade unfolds and see the results. We have a daily market forecast with John Hoagland, which is a 10 to 15 minute real-time live report of the major markets each day. It provides key technical analysis, support and resistance, pivot levels to help you identify entry and exit points for your trading. He'll mention economic releases, fundamental analysis, and things to look out for during the trading day. And again, it's every day. It's action-packed and interesting information in a 15-minute, capsule. So you can leverage our, trading experts, for your benefit. We have a weekly kickoff email that shows a brief synopsis of charting patterns for the most heavily traded products. It's got calendar events, future rollover dates with selected links to useful information like blog posts, weekly trader behavior, weekly coaches playbook. Each week is different. We have a Squawk radio and podcasts. Eddie Horn is our broadcaster for our Squawk radio program. He's a master of positivity and entertainment and a great host for the many educators provided in the Squawk radio. And as I mentioned, we have a TopStep chat line and a community. So you can be involved with traders from in our network and communicate and read blogs about other individuals, or if you want, you don't have to participate. We respect your privacy. Nobody knows who you are. But if you do want to vent, or you want to beat on your chest about your amazing trade, or you want to learn new things or stay up to date on current events, then we have the perfect forum for you. And again, we encourage you to take a look at our website. If you have questions, you can type them now. Or if you think of them later, you can email, or you can call, or you can chat with our trader support desk. I hope that you learned a lot from this webinar, that you'll consider signing up for a program. You sign up, pass the 2 steps, and we'll finance you to trade. And we want to thank our partners, Shark Indicators, Ty and Jeremy. Because of them, we're running a special offer. So you're going to receive 20% off any trading combine. So I hope that you'll take advantage of that, to save money, test out your skills. If you're watching this live, use the promo code on the screen, 20 off today. Go to TopstepTrader.com, you click on sign up, you put in your promo code, and then at checkout, you'll receive 20% off. If you're watching this on YouTube, then in the comments section below, look for this link. This HTTP ends in SH5F. Copy and paste that link, into your browser, and then use the promo code. And then I'll leave this up for everybody to take a look at, and we'll start answering, some questions. And once again, thank you very much for attending the session today. Michael says, not too bad to trade like the guy on the front page. He's talking about the guy sitting on his bed with his laptop in the front. I cleared Hamburg Trading and Chicago Futures Group. There's a lot of people down there, B. So that was also Rosenthal Collins. And so Eric's asking, is the profit target for a day or a week or so? So basically, you have as much time as you need to meet the profit target. So however long it takes you to make that $3,000. Some traders are able to do it in a day, but you have as much time as you need in order to make the profit target. Tom's asking about, what's different about step 1 and step 2. In step 2, we're asking you to prove your consistency. Basically, we've added a couple of rules like the scaling plan and a little bit tighter with a weekly loss limit. That's really to prepare you for the funded trader stage. So Eric, yeah, I think we kind of went over that, but you can't trade the economic releases like the unemployment number. So the first Friday of every month, the unemployment number comes out in the morning, and it's major market moving event. So you just have to be flat 1 minute before, and then after it comes out 1 minute after. Dima, I hope I'm answering. I hope that's pronouncing your name correctly. Yes, you can pass, step 1 and step 2 in 15 days. Tom's asking about these are futures contracts that you're trading. Again, this webinar is being recorded. There's 13 different platforms that you can use, and there are more on the way. Jim, at the end of the year, you're going to receive a 1099 form. You're basically, an independent contractor. You're going to be, if you're watching this live, you're going to be emailed the recording. Lawrence asks, we need to start with a particular size account. Nope, you can choose. There's 4 different ones that you can choose from. I'll click to the next slide so you can see. There's a 30K account, 50K account, 100K account, 150K account, and then use that promo code. It's 20% off of 150. That means that this one's only $120. These are great questions. Again, you're going to receive a recording from this presentation. We hope that you enjoyed the presentation. We're going to leave the window open here for just a couple more. Robert, unfortunately, you can't upgrade from different accounts. So once you're in the $50,000 account, you're going to stay in that $50,000 account unless you decide that you want to, basically close that account. Then you could reopen a different one, but you can't upgrade to to a different one while you're in that program. Once again, we wanted to thank our partners with Shark Indicators. Thank you very much for attending the webinar. I hope you'll get a chance to take a look at our site, TopstepTrader.com. And don't forget, if you have questions, you can contact us, support@TopstepTrader.com, or you can call 888-407-1611. Again, 888-407-1611, or you can email us at support@TopstepTrader.com. Thank you again for watching the presentation. I hope you have a great trading day, whether it's with TopstepTrader or wherever you're trading. Have a great trading day, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin and Connor from TopStep, for coming in and presenting to our audience. For anyone who tuned in late, guys, this is recorded, and it will be sent out to your emails that you signed up with by tomorrow morning at the latest. If you have any questions that were answered for TopStep, go ahead and send them to support@TopstepTrader.com. If you have any specific to Shark Indicators, send those to support@SharkIndicators.com. Like Kevin said, guys, have a great day. Thanks for checking out the webinar, and go check out TopstepTrader. Thanks again, guys.